Hey, what's up everybody? We are back today with the Hearts of Stone DLC, tracking down all of the new Gwent cards available with this DLC. Now, the first three Gwent cards you're going to come across will be located at a town known as the Upper Mill. If you go out to your world map and head over to Novigrad, this is where we are right now. You can see, just want to show you some common landmarks here so you know how to orient yourself. From Novigrad, head northeast all the way up along the map until you get to this point here, and you'll find the Upper Mill. Once you get inside the Upper Mill, right at the front of town, you're going to find this merchant that you see standing behind me. If you chat him up, inside his inventory, we're going to find 3 new Gwent cards that consist of 1 new neutral card and 2 new leader cards. So we'll go over to his inventory. You see we got 1 monster leader card, 1 Scoia'tael leader card, and 1 ranged neutral card. So we'll pop out of here, tell him farewell, and then go check them out. So we'll go out to our Gwent deck, over to the monster deck, and do change leaders and check out the new leader card. This one has an ability that is a passive that doubles the strength of all of your spy cards. Notice that it says it does affect both players. Key information to have there. Next one will be the Scoia'tael deck. Inside the Scoia'tael deck, we'll check out the leaders and go check out the new leader card. It says move agile units to whichever valid row maximizes their strength. Don't move units that are already in the optimal row. So definitely a nice new leader ability to play around with. And then finally, we have our new neutral card, which is Gunter Odim Darkness. We check him out, you can see he has the muster ability. So that's going to tell you that you are, yes, going to find more of these cards in the DLC. So we'll be back with those and much more in just a moment. Alright, our next 5 Gwent cards can be found from a merchant that you come across in a small encampment where you see me at on the map right now. So if we zoom in to get a better look, you can see we're just south of the wheat fields. We are just west of the Vegelbud residence, and we are just north and a little bit west of Karsten. So once you head over here, you're going to find an encampment with no name, and in it you're going to find a merchant. And in the merchant's inventory,
my card. Do you
are going to find 4 new Gwent cards. I know I said 5. I'll explain in a second. So we have a new Nilfgaardian Empire leader card, a new Northern Realms leader card, and 2 more of our Gunter Odim muster cards. So we'll grab those. Now when we back out, make sure that you take note that there is an option to play him in Gwent. If you successfully beat him in Gwent, you will get 1 additional card. So let's back out and check them all out.
Should be go.
One thing to note when you do play him in Gwent, at least for me, he was rocking a Scoia'tael deck with the new Scoia'tael leader card. And it may not be the same for you, but that's what I played against when I played him. Let's check out our Gwent deck, go into our Northern Realms leaders, and see our new Foltest leader card. It says destroy your enemy's strongest ranged combat units if the combined strength of all of his or her ranged combat units is 10 or more. We've seen that before, so nothing really that new there. However, if we go over our Nilfgaardian Empire and check out the new leader card, this is a new ability. It says abilities that restore a unit to the battlefield, like Medic, restore a randomly chosen unit as well, and this affects both players. So definitely nice to have some new abilities to mix it up with on our various decks. The other 2 cards that we picked up were 2 more neutral cards to round out this muster group for Gunter Odim Darkness. And the final one that you pick up once you beat him in a round of Gwent is in the Scoia'tael deck. And it is a siege card, as I said. Check that out. You can see that it is a siege card that is a non-hero card, and it is a siege-specific Scorch card. So it's not just a general Scorch card that'll take care of anything on the deck. It will only affect siege combat units. But that is it for the cards at this merchant. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Alright, our next Gwent card can be found during the quest Dead Man's Party. Now, this is one of two quests that splits off from the main story quest you're given when you start the DLC called Evil's Soft First Touches. Now, once you get into Dead Man's Party, you're going to be doing a number of subtasks, one of which will be going down into the Everec family crypt. Once you get down there and resurrect the brother, he'll possess you, and you and Shani will head off to the wedding. Once you get to the wedding, you'll be where we are right now. Once you get inside the village, I want you to head up here to these stairs, and then climb up this ladder. Once you get to the top of the ladder, go ahead and activate your Witcher senses and head around to your left, and on the ground here, you're going to find a Gwent card. That is not a Gwent card, but that is. So it's the cow. It is a neutral close combat card. If we go into our Gwent deck, I will show you how awesome it is. And there is the cow in all of its awesomeness, and it's actually a neutral ranged card. Sorry about that. But that is it for Zakao, and we will be on to our next one in just a moment. Alright, our next card can be won by defeating Olgierd Von Everec once you get some conversation options with him. Now, you begin to get conversation options with him once you complete one of his two quests. I just completed Dead Man's Party, and it sent me back to Oxenfurt, where they're hanging out at the inn you see me at right now. Head inside the inn, chat him up, and play him in a game of Gwent, and he will award you a new monster card. Go to our Gwent deck, check out our monster section, and if we head over here to the ranged line, this is the new card that we got. You can see that it is a ranged specific Scorch card, 7-point value, and that's it. So that's the reward for playing him in a game of Gwent and beating him. Please note that he does, or at least in my encounter with him, he did rock the new Monster Leader card and a monster deck, obviously. So we'll be on to our next one in just a moment. Alright, our next Gwent card is obtained by beating Hilbert when you run into him at the auction house during the quest Open Sesame. Now, you have the option to speak to him prior to the auction beginning while you're meeting Vivaldi's friends. So here we are now at the top of the auction house, upstairs, and Hilbert is behind me. We're going to chat him up and play a game of Gwent with him, and we'll be back in just a sec to check out the reward. Alright, now that we have defeated Hilbert, we were awarded Gunter O'Dim, and this is the final muster card that pairs with the 3 Gunter O'Dim Darkness cards that we picked up earlier. So this is the muster group, and it is a neutral muster group, which means you can use it in any deck you want. So we will be back with our next card in just a moment. Alright, our final card in the DLC is won by playing a game of Gwent and winning against Shani. Now, I can tell you where she was for me and when I first was able to speak to her. There may be other options here that I can't speak to. This is just kind of how I've done it through now 2 playthroughs of this. Once you get the quest, whatsoever a man soweth, you have the optional quest objective to go speak to Shani and then go track down the professor. Once you get done with the professor, you can come back out into Oxenfurt and go to her house and speak to her. There's a part of the conversation where she says, hey, I'm getting ready to head off, but before I leave, if you want to come see me, I'll be at my house. So that's what we're doing. This is where we are on the map. In case you don't remember where her house is, it's right down here by the dock. And this is what it looks like outside. So here's the dock. Here's a guy standing up on that upper tier with a bow. He's been there in both of my playthroughs. And there's her house right here. And you can tell it's her house because of, the sign. It's kind of a dead giveaway. But just head inside, go upstairs, and she is waiting for you on her bed. And all you need to do is chat her up, and she will play a game of Gwent with you. So there she is. Once you do play her in a game of Gwent, you will be rewarded another neutral card. and it is this card right here. So it is a neutral buff card that plays in either the close combat or ranged row that will grant +1 to all of the other units in the row, and it's a 6-point card. So very nice to get some more neutral cards that can kind of go into any deck. So that's it for all of the Gwent cards with the Hearts of Stone DLC that I have found. If I find any more, I will definitely include them in the video description with links to an update video. However, this is now my second playthrough, as I said, and I haven't really found anything else after this point in the game. So I hope that helped you track them all down, and to all of my subscribers who kind of wait for this content, I truly apologize for this taking so long to get out. I have been working on some other viewer requests and have been kind of dragging ass on getting this one out. So my most sincere apologies, but I hope you finally found it and you found it helpful. But as always, thanks for watching. Take care.